All right, welcome to the latest episode of the Coleman Fitness Podcast. This is a solo podcast, okay? And for anyone that was listening last week's show, I apologize in advance for the sound quality. We are now upgrading our mic system, and she's back on 100%. And Gurmila Magat, which is thanks so much for anyone sending me those private messages in and on social medias about the quality that wasn't up to scratch. We should keep that up near 100 because that's what we're doing. We're giving it 100%. And as I record this live, or this podcast live, I have streaming of TikTok live here on my left hand side. Those you viewers on the YouTube channel. OE is touching on all bases here this afternoon. So what I'm going to tell you guys is about different things that are coming up in the next few months and going into 2024. Can you believe that 2024 is literally round the corner? Could you credit that? So, and that means we're heading in close to nearly 4 years of podcasts every single Thursday. And if you gain any advantage at all from these shows that I've been putting out every week, every Thursday, and if you could share and or give me a review on whatever platform that you're currently listening to it on, that really 100% does help me. You wouldn't believe it. And I think it's really a statistic out there that over 90% of people that listen to podcasts don't give a review. So if that's you, if you're one of the 90, which is quite high, get your ass up and send that review in and or share on your stories. Just helps get this out to other people that otherwise wouldn't have the opportunity to listen to. So over the last number of weeks and months, I have been doing more grow your own different events around the country. They've been a major success. I have been to Donegal. I have been down to West Cork and Kerry, would you believe it? I've also been up as far as Dublin. I've been as far as Cavan. If you haven't been to Cavan, you haven't missed it yet. I'm so sorry if anyone's from Cavan right here, right now. Cavan, lovely spot. Was on a private organic farm with polytunnels, all right? And the whole idea of it is that's something that really does help people growing their own. They gain the advantage of touching the soil. It's grounding. And I highly recommend that to people. You are literally sowing seeds and people go away with 77 of them on the day that literally in 2 weeks' time, they've already germinated because we're sowing all the brassicas right here, right now. And that's something that going forward is going to benefit you in an abundance. So that's been happening. And I really do appreciate then the people that come there that are into it. It's such a joy to literally meet people that are like-minded, that are all on the same page, that want to be healthier, that want to be happier and gain the advantage of sowing seeds. And what else are they getting? Right? A whole lot of connection from people who are, again, looking to go to either country markets, grow their own or buy an apple, adding their diet is massively important going forward. And the idea is there'll be more of these coming up in, just one of them for Waterford-based individuals on the 18th of this month, 18th of November, September, October, November. I'm even dyslexic, by God, literally going through the likes of the months is difficult, but we know it's the 11th month of the year. We hear jingles because Halloween is over. Who has the Christmas decorations up already? So if you do, I want to send a photograph video. I want to see it. Okay, my tree is up already. So yeah, touching on that for you guys is foods that we definitely should be eating are the ones that you are being sown and grown at those events. But not only that, okay, leeks are in an abundance right now. If you sowed them way back when, okay, in spring. So if you haven't done that, get your hands on them. Because they're high in that type of fiber called inulin. You can chat to it, put them into a stir fry. I'm going to do that for breakfast today. Yeah, I like doing a stir fry because it's done in literally I'm going to say, few minutes. It's done very quickly. Me no English not so good this morning when I'm recording this podcast. But what I do recommend is adding in a protein source with that. Whether you want to go with fish, some people eat fish for breakfast. Unbelievable source of protein, healthy fats, and And then on top of that, it's something that also contains selenium, and you literally make yourself a stir fry for breakfast. So people go with eggs. I do, and I'm a major fan of the eggs as well. These are things that I talk about at these Grow Your Own courses as well. Because when you're growing your own foods, it is literally so important to know what to cook with them. Okay, because then when you literally grow your own, you're much more likely to be healthier, and as a result of that, you have more energy levels for being productive with your kids and your nieces and your nephews and your partners for doing whatever activities you may want to do on a regular or non-regular basis. Do you get me? It's a no-brainer. So those are the benefits of those grow your own and a food that's in season. So I might actually start mentioning a food add to your diet every week. And that could be an abundance of food. We're going to go with the leek, the humble bumble leek. And we have most of Michael tuning in here on the likes of the live here on TikTok. So shout out to Michael. That's the first of the events going forward. I've just finished Grow Your Own course in Malahide as of this weekend just gone. And there was a number of people, 13 in total, that came from all over the country. And that's the whole idea of I organize these Grow Your Own events at people's houses. If you are someone who has either a raised bed, a polytunnel, or an area that you would like to go in, and you have a number of friends, family members, or connections, either through a school, that would like to have myself come to yourself's location, wherever it may be. As I said, I travel from the likes of Waterford all the way to Tippy Tappy Donegal. Okay, so that is something that can be organized. So you send me the messages, and I will get you hooked up with the finest and the best goddamn organic grower that's out there, and educator and entertainer at the same time. And that's something I want to do more and more going forward. And yes, my God, this podcast is being recorded. It's here live on that TikTok. So, touching on the next point, with the likes of the next Grow Your Own event, it is on the 11th. Okay, this one is specifically for teachers only. So it's a private group. If anyone is a teacher and or knows a teacher that would like to go to an event that is state funded, that rarely happens. Do you get me? I charge people, which is the norm, because it's my job to come to different events throughout the year. But right now, I'm giving back, and I'm advertising this to teachers. If you have a teaching council number, you are in primary and or secondary. This builds up and it gives you the opportunity to build up on your horticulture knowledge to you to share to the children and or to gain advantage of yourself if you want to grow a little bit of your own fruits and vegetables out the other side of it. And made a shout out now to Shelly here, unbelievably liking the lives of the live that we have. And that's what I really want. People just really connecting and mostly sharing and interacting with the page. That's really helpful. So that is a Cool House on the 11th. It is roughly a half-day event. You will be literally going away with microgreens and make different skills on how to have no-dig method beds. And that means weed-free. That means literally simple things that I learned by doing. I have a master's degree, but really and truly the whole degree situation and being horticulture and the master's didn't learn enough. Didn't do enough hands-on. And I'm a hands-on kind of guy. That everyone will be happy to hear. And it's something that is key for learning. Okay, when you do something, there's the visualization aspect. You see it, then I get people to do it. When people do it, they're much more likely then to remember, because it's different aspects of learning coming together. The teachers coming to this event in Cool House on the 11th will gain the advantage of exactly that. And it's an unbelievable location. Like, it's literally just outside Mullingar. Okay, it's in private grounds. There's a wall garden. There's converted stables into classrooms. There's a potting shed with all the best utensils and tools. And I'll be bringing all the seeds and organic compost that you can possibly ever need, want, and wish for going forward. And I'm going to tell you now, straight up, it is a spot that only has 10 spaces available. So, and it is something that, okay, you can book in for, but once they're gone, you can't literally get it anymore. So if you're unavailable for that, send me a message and I can try and organize something for you going forward, depending on where you are in the country. That's it. I'm building, I suppose, a reference, a point of where people are and looking and are interested in growing their own food with them, knowing the benefits of it. right? And today's classic organic fitness food is the leek. It's written in that book over there, The Power of Organic Fitness. And it can be paired in a stir fry, as I said. And something that I haven't and don't use enough of myself as of yet. I don't actually own one. Don't own an air fryer. But send me on your classic recipes with air fryers. I have gained, and someone put literally a sourdough bread sliced to toast it in the air fryer. If you haven't done it, it's literally the no-brainer. I used to use a major fan of the grill, but now going forward, an air fryer could be on my Christmas wish list. Okay, so if you're thinking of getting a present for me, air fryer, you know yourself. Send on the air fryer. Don't be buying me presents. I'm such a simplistic man that the grill and/or I would nearly go back to the stove and start cooking with that if I could at all. So that's us touching base with air fryers. If you have it, get using it. Right? We could put in the leeks. We could put in and wrapped into a tin foil. Put in your chickpeas. Put in another protein. So chickpeas being high in fiber, it being high in magnesium, super beneficial for anybody looking to have more energy levels because magnesium is used for over 300 processes in the body. You cannot beat it. So that's Cool Amber House. And that's part of the teaching council. So anyone who's a primary and or secondary teacher gain the advantage of that. It will not be coming up again anytime soon. Just saying. So when you're looking at things, you say, Jesus Christ, I might know a teacher who would like to go to that and hang out with Coleman for a period of time, most of the half the day. It would be a one or stunner for you to give them those details. If you look at the details, it's on my Instagram page. It's also on my TikTok page, and or it's on LinkedIn, and it's on the other one, X, Twitter, whatever the guys are calling it these days. Okay, so that's the next of the Grow Your Own events. After that, we are going into Kilmac, Thomas County, Waterford of Port Lorga is where we have the next event. That is again most of a full day over a period of full day depending on how long your day may be. It starts at 11 and finishes at lunchtime. It is again something that will have a polytunnel. People will be shown how to sow their own seeds from scratch. Okay, and then anyone who goes there will gain the advantage of it's being shown how to save their own seeds that I had sown in different polytunnels throughout the country. I will be bringing climbing French bean cobra. It's such an amazing crop. It grows very well in polytunnels and also outside even. Because a lot of people don't have it. And we were actually discussing at a Grow Your Own course of the weekend the advantages of minimally 3 bricks, 4 bricks, and a sheet of glass. That's literally an immature, a basic polytunnel that you can gain the advantage of. I keep it simple. That piece of glass was in a skip that you can also do and find all throughout the country. You get a door that someone's thrown out. There's literally the start of, and you get 2 doors. There is the full installation of a polytunnel that you can gain the advantage of. Okay, you open up, literally put the 2 doors in an apex kind of form, and that's it. The heat from the glass increases the temperature. When you increase the temperature, you then have higher, firstly, germination rate, which is the process of going from a seed to a fully established plant. You have that crop growing that a little bit faster because of the increased temperatures. It's a no-brainer. I'm so glad to take a photograph of that. Yep, and I'll be sharing that on my social medias today, which will be 3 days before this podcast comes out. So that is the next of the 1, 2, 3 events coming up in the month of the 11th of the year. November 11th. And after that, what's going to be happening to, I suppose, a major event that I haven't just mentioned enough about yet. If you were looking for, I suppose, a wellness weekend, either as a Christmas present and or want to go yourself and treat yourself to a 4-day immersion with myself down in a house with all your meals, all your accommodation and activities included for the early bird price of $799. That is something that I'm currently doing and taking names for right now. Again, there's a restriction on the amount of people just because of beds. Okay. The idea then is you will literally have all your foods cooked by a nutritionist for you. You will have exercise suited to you, and that is either from most of the people that I coach online at the minute, anywhere from 12 minutes up until 35. So that is you getting, I suppose, the idea that you start where you are. Your foods will be tailored to your nutritional requirements. Okay, obviously containing protein, fats, and carbohydrates. But out the other side of it, it's something that we will be doing on the likes of the month of January and leaning towards February. If that's something that you want and or would like be interested in for a present for somebody, yeah, get in contact and send me those messages on Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok. I even prefer the first two just because I get the voice note back to you guys, and I much prefer that. The spelling for me isn't my favorite thing to do for the most part, and when I do meet people in person, it is unbelievable. I love the fun of it, the crack, the whole lot of meeting people that are into health is what I'm trying to do. Because when I was growing up, even in school, I actually really struggled with connecting with people. Someone asked me this very recently on an actual date that I was on. So he said, "Oh, you like in school?" And it's something that, firstly, the dating scene I'm trying to do a little bit more of, because I, as you may know, do work and have a work ethic that may distract me from other areas of health, because relationships are something that complete a person, whether I didn't spend enough time with in the past, and I suppose I'm focusing on that area of my life right now. But touching and going back to that point of the experiences that I had in school, it was that I didn't fit in. I didn't know enough people that were interested in being outside. And remember that if your school experience or your past experience or your current experiences right now with friends or family members for that matter, or work colleagues, are not what they want them to be, I want you to remember that, okay, it's okay to change. And there's loads of people out there that will love and do love talking about the things that you enjoy, but it's actually meeting them at different events, meeting them at different occasions, and some of those may be online. And when you do actually decide to catch up with those type of people, your life completely changes. I had to create, I suppose, my own platform to connect and reach out to as many people as I possibly could. And I'm lucky enough to have that out the other side of it. But now you have the advantage of going to different events. It doesn't have to be my events, remember that. It could be anybody's. But I just want you to remember that there's always somebody else out there like you. We're not ever alone. The idea is that when you stretch out, when you reach out, when you connect, there's so many different people that have similar problems, issues that they can share and help you, I suppose, understand it a little bit better. And just the whole idea of health, meeting people that are on the same page as you and working out that how you can get from maybe where you are to where you want to be going forward, health, wealth, relationship wise. And nobody's perfect. What we're doing is actually just looking for a major improvement in foods and exercise and growing your own to be more sustainable and to take control back of your health is what I'm a major believer of going forward. And that's something that more and more people are doing. And schools are getting involved. And I'm part of the teacher council now, and I go around to different, I'm going to say primary and or secondary schools. And this is the time of year for planting your apple trees. Okay, so that's probably another organic fitness food that's really and truly an amazing thing. You just really get apples off of, let's say, cook an apple tree, add water to them, you just add a sprinkle of honey if you like. The apples that I have are actually sweet enough, and so am I. And I add that to yogurt. That's pretty much my dessert every single day of these last few months, right? And I would add different fruits when they come into season as well. You can stew them. Rhubarbs, and they're amazing when they'll be coming into season in spring. But I just remember that now because I'm thinking of fruits that I stew. And all the time, remember that every fruit and vegetable has fiber. Fiber improves your gut health. And when you improve your gut health, you're onto an absolute major winner going forward. Right. And on top of that, someone actually asked me, I'm just going to repeat, mentioned here on this podcast, if anyone is looking for, firstly, that gift of that overall, it's an event, it's a weekend of individuals who are looking to get rid of fad diets, understand food, and get back to the simple principles of health. And when you do that, right, you can actually live a healthier life long term, because it's a lifestyle. It's not any one diet that really is going to help you going forward and your family. So that is the first thing, that if anyone's looking to gain advantage of that. But also there is, I'm allowed to say it, Christmas. I do give vouchers for anyone who is looking for mentoring or coaching or different events for the year of 2024. So if that is you, and or you want to buy someone or give a gift voucher of any amount, you can gain advantage of that too. So how do you do that? You just simply get in contact, and or we will chat the figures and the numbers that suit yourself and the individual that you're trying to give it to going forward. And yeah, so that's the wrap up of this week's podcast. And just a quick podcast solo telling you guys exactly what's going on going forward. And as well as that, just that simple thing to add a leek into your diet. If you haven't done it already, get on it. Potato and leek soup comes into season for that reason. Gut health, massively important. All right. Just wanted to end this show by again always saying stay tuned, stay classy, and keep it organic.